just finished working on my third solo record, and it's going to be called Out of My Hands.
Thank you for the evening, thank you for the flowers. Uncomfortable silence may result in a kiss.
This is the most personal record that I've recorded. Partly because I sing a lot about my family and I sing a lot about my experiences. When people listen to this record, I would like for them to understand that they're actually looking into a very, very personal space in my soul. And so hopefully they like what they see.
Not a single tear, I keep myself in check. I tried everything, couldn't bring you back. Maybe you...
She's deep water. It's like the difference between an act and an artist. An act, you have to figure out what their direction is and who they are and how we can frame it properly. With an artist, all you have to do is get out of the way and let it happen and try not to screw it up, because she is intact.
She has a gift in delivering a song, regardless of what language it's in. For her, it's a kind of a universal way to sell something.
I grew up in Obninsk, Russia. Obninsk is a city of the very first nuclear power plant in the world. So everybody pretty much works for science. My parents were scientists, and I was the black sheep of the family because I was always interested in music and pretty much nothing else. My mom said that I started singing when I was about 1 month old. I was in musicals by the age of 10, and then I enrolled into music school. We just started traveling, started coming to the States. We went through a number of record deals and released a couple of albums. There was a documentary made about us, and we were nominated for a Grammy in 2002. But, after 18 years together, we finally decided that it was time to stop playing music together and went our separate ways, and so now I'm on my own.
With flower tablecloths, whatever they found.
At some point, I think I was probably 15 or 16 and had all that teenage angst to work out, so I started writing music. And for whatever reason, I chose English as my... I don't know if I was embarrassed to write in Russian or what, but I started writing songs in English.
And the lyrics are just sideways. She thinks in a different way than other people do, which is, if you're lucky, valuable. And in this case, it is.
I take pride in well-written lyrics, partially because it is my second language, and partially because, to me, it's like putting a puzzle together.
School bells ringing, calling all the children.
What I like in songwriting is when you can listen to a song and you don't get straight up explanation of what's going on. It's like you're being dropped into the story, or you're peeking into a story, into the little peephole, and you have to figure out on your own what's going on.
Gotta get away, but she can't run that fast. Scary things replay.
1 Second Flat is about my dad, and it's specifically about my dad dying. My dad was a prominent physicist, and he was in charge of figuring out how to clean up after the Chernobyl disaster. Ultimately, that resulted in him passing away when I was 13, and I happened to be there when it happened. And 1 Second Flat refers to that moment when, that before and after, when you go through a traumatic experience like losing somebody that you love, and you instantly grow up.
This is my world, now turn it upside down.
Tiny Little Things is about my daughter, Alina, and she's 6 now. When I wrote the song, she was probably 3 years old. It took me a very long time to complete the song. I had the musical idea, and I kept working on the lyrics, and it was either too sappy or too silly. It's really difficult to write about children or, about your children. The emotions of love, which are experienced from the time you're a teenager on throughout your life, one can sing about at any point. But then love becomes more complex. There's the love for your parents, the love for your children. It's not just the passionate, love for your significant other, which I, for whatever reason, find it easier to write about. So it's going to be a little bit different this time.
Now there is no time to kill. Also no time to simply sit still. Simply sit still. This is my world now, turn it upside down.